Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jesse Jackson III, best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series. And what we're talking about in this video is enablement and gaining a real understanding of what it really is to help a kid and what it is not to help a kid. My objective over the course of my career while I'm here is to help those in the field of education to understand that education is a business. And we are in the business of developing human beings. That's what the process is, K-12. We are making a contribution to the development of a human. So that means whatever you do to them, those signs and symptoms will show as an adult. We make humans. We make adults. That's what we're doing. We're making a contribution to the development of an adult, and they will show these things in their life as an adult. With that said, we have to know what's helping and what is not. Now, this is the problem in our business. We have an overwhelming percentage of the culture that says, all those poor kids, those poor black and brown kids, all those poor white kids, right? The poor kid syndrome. Oh, they're just going through so much, overwhelmed. And oh, bless their little heart. He's the nicest little thing. He just can't read. So I just encourage him every day. And you got to understand. Notice, we make adults. So if on your watch, that's what he gets, the rubbing the back, the oh, bless his wee little heart, you failed. Because after you're done crying your tears, after you're done giving me the out, I'm still stuck. I haven't grown. I don't have the seed of a responsible adult in me. Where enablement has gotten so conflicted is we have a very large percentage of people that are punitive and very mean. And so when I say that, they'll get by there, yes, that's right, Jackson, you're right. We got to hold these kids accountable. But there's some of us that are mean-spirited and really mean to children. And they're not nice people. And so what they have done is whenever I say that, they try to get behind it, but they don't understand. I have an entire narrative about how we treat people. So notice, both swings are wrong. Both. The enablement, God bless his little heart. The tighten up, being hardcore. You miss them both ways. So the key is to remember in education, we do this thing that for whatever reason we forget from time to time. It's called teach. The key is we teach and are responsible for teaching the behaviors we want to see. We cannot allow children to be under our tutelage and do not walk away with the lessons that they must have to be successful. There was one scenario brought to me where a child was without power. A first grader was without power at their home. And this teacher gives out homework every day. And I asked a room full of educators, okay, what do you do? And I get half the room that says, well, I will let him do the homework at my class the next day. And I mean, some of you, yeah, we'll do what we can to help the kid and whoop whoop. And then you had some teacher said, well, if your power's out, we get out of school at 2:40, you have between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock to get it done. It means you need to manage your time better. He's 6. And that was the teacher's approach. So what is the right approach? Anything outside of use the light at your house and make sure your work is done. Prioritize your time because you need to do your work. We failed the kid. I'm telling you, if they don't learn, I have to do what I need to do because I need to do it. They're going to struggle as an adult. And this is why we have a workforce that's super sensitive. This is why we have all of these problems going on in our country work-wise. What's happened at today's workplace is everybody is under the idea when they go to a workplace or the marketplace that we're a family. No, work is about team. Family's at home. When you come to work, and this is an accountability system, that's why I'm so aggressive about what I do, is because I judge myself as a consultant and an advisor and an elite level trainer When I get involved with organizations and I'm training in the way things must be done, the results, I want my results to speak for themselves. I really get excited when schools go from F to an A. You know why? Because that means the standard was there and we applied some principles and we got results. Accountability, you have to be accountable. But when you enable, this is when you find excuses for folks not to do what they're supposed to do. So for the sake of this video, let me just give you these two. And I'm telling you, make the adjustment, people. Make the adjustment. Enablement's bad. You are disabling me. And as an adult, I will be expecting passes. I will be expecting people to help me out, bail me out. So let's take at this one school of mine, their number one, top two offenses for behavior referrals. Now notice, these are suspendable offenses. One is out of uniform. So what should you do if a kid is out of uniform? Should we send you home? Okay, that's the question I've been asked. Should we send you home? And no, we should not send you home, but you do need to go to the office. Your parent needs to bring you a uniform, because if you don't have a uniform, you're not making it past this front office. That's just not how things are done. Now notice, we're not going to give you the paperwork because that's a waste of all of our time. It's a waste of yours as well. However, Mom, better get up here and get this uniform up here. You need to understand that is a criteria to go to school here. Everybody knows that from the start to the gate. When does it become a problem? When people see kids out of uniform and they don't do anything, and then the fifth hour teacher has to be the bad guy. And then the kid is like, well, Mr. Williams saw me and he didn't say nothing, so why are you to being the mean big bad teacher? Oh, you're doing too much. Problem. Started by enablement. Number two, referral at this particular campus. Kids don't have supplies. Okay? Wrong philosophy, because I've heard a trainer say it's no big deal, give them supplies. Let me tell you something. Do I want a kid kicked out for no supplies? Never. It's stupid. But hear me clearly. Here's what's going to happen. Me, the teacher, I'm checking for supplies at the door. See, here, now notice what I'm saying here. See, that punitive mind says sanction. Sanction is not helping me or the kid. Now, I need my rules enforced. I need you to understand why we're doing what we do, and I have to help myself because I am the teacher. So I teach while we bring our supplies. You cannot come to your job without your uniform. You cannot come to your job without your supplies. And until the kid understands that, they haven't changed, and that's the key. The big part about behavior in which the country doesn't understand, the purpose of discipline, behavior, and referrals is to reteach behavior. We're not doing that. If you're just giving out punch, and that's why our penal system doesn't work. Rehabilitation, my juvenile program, we rehabilitate you because I'm teaching you why you're doing that, why you're doing the things you're doing, and let's go through the thought process, the cycle process in your mind of why you thought that was the right response in that situation. Where did these thoughts come from? See, I rehabilitate for a living, so I understand what must happen with behavior. So we have to, these are things we must understand when we make discipline policies as principals, as superintendents, as school boards. We have to understand this stuff, but nobody say it's no big deal. Just get a kid supplies. No, it is a big deal. It's wrong. And remember, what type of adult are we making? What is also wrong? Being that mean person that's trying to stick it to children. That's also wrong. So hear me clearly. The key is accountability in teaching. So a teacher can help themselves by checking for supplies at the door, because it's mandatory to come in my class ready to work. When we look at referrals, we saw 70% of the referrals occurred because the kids were not ready to work, didn't have supplies, and they got up, got to moving around. It created another problem. The teacher lost 15 minutes of instruction. So we help ourselves out by teaching these laws of etiquette. We teach why we do things. We teach why to have your supplies. We teach why. Why? Why do you need to have your supplies? Because you need to have your supplies when you go to your job. If some of our kids aren't thinking about being employable at 21, then that is a teaching point. Life skills are going to have to be taught by the teacher, because teachers have always taught life skills. Remember, one of my teachers, probably all he did, he was an English teacher of mine, it's Mr. Shear, Charles Drew Middle School, Detroit, Michigan. Man, I swear to God, this is all he did was talk to us about life. Now, it didn't help the fact he was a preacher and an English teacher. But man, he talked to us every day about life choices. I mean, like, it's like we might have taught us like 2 times a week. Now y'all can say, well, that was wrong too. But he sticks out in my mind because he taught life every day. He's a big time bishop today. He taught that life stuff every day. He sat at that desk and was talking to us, and this is in the 80s, about being men and our responsibility in this world and bad choices and what prison could look like if you do stupid stuff and getting killed in the street. That man did that every day. Now, listen, I'm not asking you to be as extreme as Mr. Shear. All I'm saying is teachers have always taught life skills. So why is this new? What has happened in our field that now we got to tell teachers to build a relationship with their student? Teachers have always done that. Like, I don't remember teachers. My teachers, when I came up, they were not do what I said because I said it. It was always a good dynamic between myself, the student, and the teacher. I don't recall this period of history where it was just do what I said, shut up or I'll beat you or you going home for 8 days. No. Enablement's bad. Know your role. Know what to do. Enablement. You got to teach. Because if you're crying and you're all these tears, remember, I'm still poor when I leave your class. I'm still high risk to be failure in life. And you're my teacher. And your job is to give me some seeds and some thoughts and some clarity and some structure so that I could be a healthy, successful adult and take care of my family, pay my bills as a grown man or woman. And that's where the teacher becomes totally valuable. Enablement is bad. Put infrastructure in place to protect yourself from this. This is the type of ideas that you know your staff needs to hear, your district needs to hear. It is time we need results. Results are the name of the game, and enablement does not get us results. If you know I can help you, don't hesitate to call. That's why I'm here. Till then, Dr. Jackson, I'll see you in class.